Hi, I'm Psychic Cyndee. Throughout my life, I've done a lot of work as a psychic medium, but one thing that was always very, very important to me was something that I felt I was guided to do. I had this vision where I was falling asleep and I went into a lucid dream state, and I saw thousands of children, and they're outside in a field, and I walked inside and I looked around and there were more children. And I glanced over to the kitchen in the house, and I saw my grandmother in the kitchen. And I realized, of course, my grandmother had already crossed over. So I looked more closely, and I realized that all these children were also on the other side. And then a little girl walked up to me, and she got on my lap, and she looked in my eyes, and she said, "Can we talk to you?" And I realized that that message and the voice that said to me, "Talk to the children," was one of my spirit guides asking me if that would be something I could do. So I felt that it was a special gift or a special opportunity I had to work as a interdimensional bridge, and I communicated with children on the other side. A lot of times I would have visions, and I would see a little boy or a little girl, and I could describe what they looked like. I could feel their energy. And a lot of times I would get little messages, "My name is Brian, tell my mother I'm okay." But I would be like, "Well, okay, Brian, I'll tell your mother you're okay," and leave it at that. 3, 4, 5 days later, I would be out somewhere and I would see someone, and immediately I would hear that little boy talking. I would feel that energy. And I would walk up to the woman and say, I don't want to upset you, but did you lose a child?" And she would say, "Of course, yes." And I'd say, "If his name is Brian," and she would look at me, I would say, "Then I need to tell you that he's okay." And I'd spent a lot of time. I didn't do it for money. I didn't do it for work. I did it because it was coming to me and it felt like it was something I needed to do. But for many years doing that reinforced in me that there was a need, a bridge, a need I could fill, or that I could serve as some sort of bridge that would help children and parents reconnect. After that, I started to write down a lot of what was being said to me. For example, the children on the other side. In my book, they're the Angel Diaries. There are several chapters on children who have crossed over, that no child crosses over alone, that the children stay connected to the parents and live in both an alternate reality in the spirit world and still exist in spirit form, very connected to the physical reality. So children and talking to children is something that I still do a lot of, but it was something that helped me grow as a medium, and it helped me understand that it's not something when people want to communicate for fun, or it's not a game. The energy that would be exchanged between the parent and the child was something I felt. In a lot of my sessions, a mother would come to see me and her child would be on the other side. And for the first 5 minutes of the reading, I would be the one crying because the energy was so real and so strong, and it was on an emotional level. Eventually, I started to work with parents. I would create a type of porthole experience where I would guide the parents into a type of reality or an interdimensional reality and help them not only open up but communicate with the children themselves. And it was very rewarding to see a mother release a lot of the post-traumatic shock that came from losing a child, and to be able to heal to such an extent that she could also start to bond and build a bridge to the other side.